Hey, what's going on? Smoking with Scruggs here. Gonna try a recipe that I found on a lady that I've subscribed to. Her channel is called A Simple Palate, and her name's Bethany. And I think she started out as a blogger, and then she just started recently a YouTube channel. She's been out for a while, but she does like American Italian recipes that are really, really good. I've tried a couple of them, and she's like top notch. Um, but she has this chicken thigh recipe that she does with this marinade that she uses. She says this is the only marinade she uses for grilling chicken. Well, it looked really interesting, and I thought I would try it, but the problem is it's a mustard-based marinade. Now, anybody that knows me and watches my channel knows I have what's called alpha-gal syndrome that I contracted when I got a tick. And when I contracted that, I got a lot of food allergies from that. Recently, about a year ago, they retested me, and I'm still allergic to mammal. Dairy, I can do in very small doses. And but they told me that I could introduce all the vegetables that I was allergic to back into my diet, and to do that in small doses, which I've been kind of hesitant because when I react big time to things. My ears will start burning, and then all of a sudden I'll get itchy and I'll break out in a rash, and I get to where I can't breathe, and eventually I go into anaphylactic shock with meat. Now, usually with the vegetables and stuff, I can take a Benadryl and a Zyrtex, and I just kind of crash, and I'm fine after about 6 hours. But we're going to try this mustard base. I've been doing mustard in small doses, like in spices and in sauces, and I haven't had any, of those symptoms. So we're going full bore today. Tomorrow's Sunday, so if something does happen, my wife will be around, because usually when I have a reaction, sometimes it's instantly, but sometimes it's like 6-10 hours later, which makes alpha-gal so hard to detect, because you just don't know what causes it. But anyway, we're going to do this mustard-based marinade. I'm using chicken thighs, but I'm gonna use skin on. Usually I do boneless and skinless, but I'm gonna do skin on. I'm gonna try something, and I want to give props to another guy, Tom the Keto Cook, and he also has a channel, Tom the Keto Cook, and he also does the Sunday Dinner Chef. Now he's really cool. You need to check out his channel, especially if you're into keto stuff. But he showed on a video of how he does chicken thighs to kind of create them to be like flats for chicken wings. Chicken wings have gotten really outrageous, and I haven't been doing a lot of chicken wings myself just because of that, because thighs are so much cheaper. So I'm gonna take his cutting skills of how he did these, and I'm going to try this. Now, I don't have good knife skills, so we're going to attempt this and cut the bone out, leave the skin on, and I'm going to put them on the rotisserie after we marinate them in this sauce. So, yeah, stick around. That's what's happening. I'll put his stuff down in the description along with Bethany's, and we're going to try this and see if I react to it, because I loved mustard. Mustard was awesome. So yeah, cross your fingers. Now I am going to double her recipe, because I'm going to use this to also baste with while they are rotisserating on the rotisserie. She used half of this recipe for 8 chicken thighs. I'm using 4, and I'm going to double it. That's just the way I'm going to do it. You can do it how you see fit, but I'm going to use this. I'm going to take it and I'm going to boil it after we marinate the chicken. I'm going to separate the chicken from the sauce, and then I'm going to boil it, and I'm going to use it as a baste while the chicken's on the rotisserie. So basically, it's just 4 ingredients. Super simple. Now you can use whatever Dijon mustard is Dijon. When I was eating mustard, I used French's. I seen this and I picked it up. I don't know if it's a good brand as far as Dijon mustard goes. It's made with Chardonnay, so I don't know, but that's what I picked up. You know, if you want to use the Grey Poupon stuff or whatever, that's fine. So we can get this out of here. Now it's a half a cup of Dijon mustard. Good gosh. Maybe I should have bought a jar. There we go. It's starting to come out now. Like I say, this doesn't have to be exact. I'm just trying to get a fair amount, but if you won't be exact. So we're doing half a cup of Dijon mustard. We got some soy sauce. We're doing 4 tablespoons. This is probably too much for this recipe, but like I say, I wanted to use to baste. 6 tablespoons pure maple syrup. And then 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Now, if you want to use real garlic, you can use real garlic. I think she said that if you use real garlic, to use half of that amount if you use real. And that's all it is to it. We're just going to stir this up. Really, really good. And then I'm going to put this in a bag. And we're going to put our chicken in the refrigerator and we're going to let it set majority of the day. I got some other stuff I need to do, but I thought I would try this recipe because I gotta cook some dog food tonight. And give it a try. Oops, make a mess. Now the other thing is my wife doesn't know that I'm doing this. But I really do miss mustard. I used to use mustard a lot for a lot of things. I tell you what, it smells really, really good. Now, I'm not even going to taste it. We're just doing this on the fly, and we're just going to roll with it. All right, we'll set that aside. We'll get our chicken thighs out now. Now, the one thing that you really need when doing this is a really good sharp knife, which I really don't have. What we're going to do is we're just going to cut this bone right out of here. We're going to go right along the edge. This is a sharp knife. Try this one. I'm going to try to keep the skin intact. There we go. Now he kept a little on the bone, but I'm not going to do that. Well, I'll cook the bone also, because I mean there's a little bit left on there. And then basically he just cut these up into like little fillets. And that's kind of what he called a chicken thigh wing. Kind of cool. So yeah, we're going to do these, all of them, and we're going to stick them in a bag. And put our marinade in it and stick them in the refrigerator. So I'll bring y'all back once I get these all done. Alrighty, we got our chicken in a Ziploc bag. We're just going to pour this marinade right on in there, and we're going to scrape the bowl so that we can get every little drop out of it. All this mustard-based goodness. This is going in the fridge till the end of the day. Take out what air we can out of it. Mix it all up so that it's all coated. And we'll just flip it whenever I come into the house. There we go. Alrighty, we'll see y'all at the grill later on this evening. That's some nasty smoke right there. I'm gonna tell you what, I don't know what the deal is. This isn't a new bag or anything. That's some pretty yucky stuff right there. I don't think I've ever seen that from cowboy charcoal. I keep them all in this bin right here. Yeah, usually it's kind of bluish white. That's just all black, like charcoal, yucky. I don't know. Oh, look at this though. They weren't calling for rain today. Yeah. Kind of glad I didn't go fishing. I'm supposed to went fishing today, but my lawnmower messed up on me. This is actually the next day, which is why I'm in different clothes. I was supposed to have done this cook yesterday, but I'm going to put lawnmower tires on my lawnmower, and that was a total fiasco. Anyway, I'm hoping the weather's going to hold out. A little sunshine peeking through there, but yeah, that smoke's kind of... Which the dogs, we're cooking the dogs on that. This is what we're using, but still, That smoke's kind of odd. You ever had black smoke like that, or kind of grayish smoke from Cowboy brand? All right, we'll be back in a little bit. Yeah, that's the kind of smoke that I'm used to seeing right there. Got that bluish tinge to it. Yeah, so I don't know. Y'all's thoughts on that? Let me know in the comments. All right, we got a chimney starter rolling for our Weber Expert Rotisserie. I'll take these chicken thighs out. That's not a lot, but I'm going to take that in the house, put it on the stove, and bring that to a simmer. I'm going to use that as basting. Maple mustard marinade. Yeah. A little soy sauce and garlic. Alrighty. Once our coals get done, we'll stick them up on there and let them do their rotisserie. So apparently, forgot to cut the camera on, but I just got those sitting up on there. Just stuck them on there, dumped my coals. Yeah. I don't know how in the world I did that. Not paying attention, I guess. But yeah, it looks like they're going to shift around a little bit, but that's okay. That's kind of why I laid them in this way instead of crossways. I thought they would fall out the other way, and they still might fall out. But we will let her ride, see what they do. I've got them on the highest setting at the moment. And I've got the clips down so that they're as low as they'll go. So, yeah, I probably should have put 3 on one. Well, no, because then that gives a little room anyway. So, yeah. Well, that's what we're rolling with. So, yeah. I think I'm going to lower this, though, to the second tier. And we'll just keep an eye on it. And we'll bring you back in a little while. Getting little flame kisses there. Still on the second level. They're looking really good though. I like the color. Yeah, looking awesome. So as y'all can see behind me, we got the kitty city up. Yeah, getting to be that time of year. Fall is amongst us. Temperatures is starting to dip down into low 50s. Some parts of the state are in the mid 40s. But we haven't gotten that yet, so yeah, we thought we'd go ahead and put it up while I was feeling good. So that I have a little warmth this winter. And yeah, forgot what I was going to talk about. Oh, I remember what it was now. that marinade, put it on the stove and let it simmer a little bit. And there wasn't a whole lot left in it, so I just added just a smidgen amount of water to thin it out a little bit. And I think it's going to be okay. But you know, the way these things are looking, man, down here, I don't know if we're going to have to baste them or not. I mean, they're looking some kind of awesome. Yeah. Alrighty. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to check your dog food. I'll let this spin around a little bit so y'all can check the view out. Maybe I'll put a little porn music to it. Just added a few more coals in there. Looks like need a little heat over on this side over here, so yeah, they're looking good though. Stick around. So I'm sitting here watching this thing spin around. I noticed that even though I'm on the second level, this thing is leaning more down on the right side than on the left. And if you look, and I'm sure that that being is that these are the bones on this end, they are probably cooking faster. But I think what I'm going to do, because these are looking really good on the right side, I think I'm going to drop this, just this left side, down to the bottom tier and let it rotate around for a little bit. See if I can get those ones on the left side to maybe come around about the same, you know, so it'll cook a little bit faster anyway. Something I've never tried, but I just happened to notice that it was doing that. And there again, that that lower tier might be too low. I mean, it's not much, but yeah, we're gonna try it and see anyway. So hey, I got this sauce here and marinade. I thinned it out just a little bit with water. I'm gonna go ahead and baste the ones on the right. They look like they're getting wind's starting to pick up. They call for rain. I hope we don't get it. I'm just gonna paint these a little bit through the basket. These ones over here are the ones that's got the bones on. They're gonna be some kind of good. Give them a little kiss. It's probably been about a half an hour so far. Yeah, these are coming along really good. Feel like Bob Ross painting my chicken. Painting my chicken. Y'all know who Bob Ross is? Let me know in the comments. Alright, we'll let them go for a little bit longer. Alright, this cook's been about an hour, and they all temp out good. These here, still not where I want them to be, but that's alright. The other thing I like about this is this thing cleans up really, really good. And here's the ones with the bones in, which I cut them pretty close, but I figured, you know, why waste them? Go ahead and cook them up. And I'll tell you what, they do look like flats from chicken wings. That's pretty cool, Tom. That is really cool. Man, I'll tell you what, those things look awesome. They do look like little flats. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, we're gonna let these cool off and we're gonna try them, see what it tastes like, and we'll bring you back. So hey, time to try these bad boys out. Yeah, I'll tell you what, they sure look good. I tell you what, it sure does look like a flat on a chicken wing. Maple, mustard, marinade. Man. Here's the weird part. You really don't get that full punch of Dijon mustard. Skin is perfect. It's more complex than you would think just for 4 ingredients. It's like you can taste it all. You got the mustard. God, that mustard's good. But it's not like a Dijon, from what I remember anyway. Of course, you gotta remember it's been 10 years. It doesn't punch you in the face like Dijon does. There again, I used French's. God, man, that is some kind of good. You get the sweetness. From that maple syrup. You can taste everything. You get that soy. Like a little bit of Asian saltiness. I think for me, I'd probably go with just a little bit more garlic. But, yeah, this is money. Money right there. And I like the way that they look like flats. Here's a bone one. And this got just a little bit on it, but crunchy, sweet. Man. Let me tell you what. There's some kind of good. This is one that was on the left-hand side. I mean, it's still done. Skins bite through, but barely. It's definitely good. If you're into mustard, give this a try. I'll put links down in the description for Bethany's website. And her channel. And Tom, cool little deal there. I like that. Cutting them things up look like flats. That's cool. Well, I'm not going to overdo it, even though I could probably eat this whole plate. Chicken is perfect. I'll tell you what, that rotisserie, that was a hell of a deal when I got that thing. I think you can still get them from Walmart. But I think they're high in price now. I think they're like about $100 or something. I think I got that for like $30. It was like ridiculous. Alrighty. I'm gonna eat one more. And then we're gonna see how I do through the night. Hopefully I won't have no reaction. But I went full bore with this one, so we'll see. Usually I'll know in a couple of hours. But I'll give y'all a report tomorrow on how things went. But in the meantime, try this recipe out. It's killer. If you get some thighs, do that little deal like Tom showed on his channel. That's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. Especially if you're making like a, you know, for a bunch of people or something. Nice little appetizer. These make good appetizers, man. Like football game or something. Yeah. And you can just do these on the grill. I just put them on a rotisserie because I thought they turned out really good, and they did. Turned out awesome. Appreciate you watching as always. Do that for me. I'd appreciate it. Keep on smoking. That is some kind of good.